Hey everyone, let's start. Welcome to our ASO and user acquisition talks number 9. And this is a format where we either discuss the latest news or conduct app audits. I'm the head of ASO from RadASO, and joining me today, my colleague Olha Hrek, ASO team lead at RadASO also. Despite we have a lot of big news coming out from WWDC, we decided to focus on auditing and analyzing ASO, your ASO from your mobile apps. So some of them you sent us previously, and some we have chosen ourselves. And today we are going to cover 4 or 5 apps. If time allows, maybe it will be 5, but basically 4. We are recording this meeting, and you'll be able to watch it on our YouTube channel later if you need. What else? One more note that I usually say it, that English isn't our first language, so please don't judge us and please bear with us. We have prepared some apps, like I said, some apps that you send us. And Olha, you will start first. So usually we discuss some metadata mistakes, visual mistakes, or some other points regarding rating scores, etc. It's like mini audits.
Yes, so I'm glad to take the word. So let's start. As Max said before, we are going to review 4 apps, and 2 of them are on my side, and I'm going to share my screen now. And let's discuss. Okay.
Yeah, we have to connect to Olga's watch stream, Olga's screen.
Yes. Connect the stream, and in this way you can see my screen.
Yeah, everything fine.
Great. So today we are going to review 2 applications. First of them is Tandem app. This application is for practicing different languages. Like in this application, you can learn how to speak in 300 languages and even more. Yes, our analysis today will be about App Store version. So let's look through the main information about the app. Also, one more significant point about this app. How exactly you can learn languages through this app? You are practicing, not even learning, but practicing language with different native speakers. So this is somehow some kind of social network for different languages native speakers, where they can connect between each other, speak and help each other to grow their language skills. So today we will be reviewing this and other one apps through our ASO tool, and in this tool I will show you few pretty useful parts where you can get some important information about the app page, and not only. What is pretty nice about this tool is the opportunity to prepare market research based on collected competitors of the application. So, speaking about Tandem, here we collected main competitors of the app. And in this way, we can collect through the analytics some information about main countries for the app by installs, by amount of installs, number of installs, and amount of revenue for the last year. And here you can choose different period of times, but I choose 1 year, one last year, for better understanding, for maybe more clear understanding of the dynamics in the niche for the last year. So first of all, what information we can see in this marketing research, speaking about niche of the app, is that, for example, the main countries by number of installs are China and United States. Here you can see like almost 20% of all the installs in the niche come from these two countries. Other countries are less than 5%, but anyway, it's pretty a lot. And speaking about revenue, here you can see the top countries are again USA and China, but USA is like the biggest leader by amount of revenue. Here we can see $16.2 million revenue from this country, and it's yes, more than 40% of all the niche. China is in second place, but amount of revenue from this country is significantly less, like almost 10%. So this what the conclusions from this information we can take? We can say that these countries you can see, like top countries, but number of installs and amount of revenue are the most significant for us for ASO only, and from these countries you can get also a lot of organic traffic. So that's why when you are choosing your ASO strategy, you have to pay main attention on these particular countries like China, United States, and Germany. Germany, by the way, on the third place by both installs and revenue. So these two countries also, and Japan here also we can see in the top. So when we are preparing metadata, text metadata for the application in our niche, in this particular niche, we have to choose that localizations that are indexed in China, United States, and Germany, and Japan and United Kingdom. That's countries that are in the top. What does it mean for us? That means that we have to remember the information about localization coverage in the countries, and we have to remember what the localizations exactly are indexed in each of these top country. If, for example, we are targeting on China, we have to check what the localizations are indexed in China and optimize that particular localizations to have more opportunity to get organic traffic from our target countries. What else we can see here in this marketing research and analytics? Here also we can analyze some dynamic of the niche for the last year by number of installs and amount of revenue. I would say that more or less month to month niche is pretty stable, but maybe in some particular months we can see some less installs, like for example in autumn. But during the other months, we can see that an average number of installs is about 1.2, 1.3 thousand of installs, million of installs. And again, the information about top countries and number of installs in these countries you can see lower, but like a table. And also here we can see some useful information about top applications by installs and by revenue in the niche. And here you can see what the exactly applications we can which have chosen for this analysis. And more or less, almost all the applications in this analysis are about speaking to native speakers from different countries, about practicing. So it's not just, for example, application for learning grammar or something. No, here we were trying to collect exactly that kind of applications where you can talk to different people. So here you can see that that applications that we are analyzing today, Tandem, is on the third place by installs right now in the niche, during the applications that are similar by functionality, and in first place, more or less, by revenue. I think now we can go more deeply to exactly ASO analysis of this app, and here on the dashboard part of the ASO Analytics, you can choose what the application exactly you are interested in, and here you can see some kind of summary, all the significant ASO parts of product page on which you should pay attention if you are choosing your perfect ASO strategy. So what can we see here? Here we can see what the localizations are already optimized in the product page. For example, we remember that China and USA and Germany were in the top by number of installs and amount of revenue in the niche. So here we can pay attention if this particular localizations are optimized. Like, for example, here we can see that German localization is really optimized for Germany. Also, we can see Chinese China localization optimized. But also, if we go back to this analysis, we can see that, for example, by total amount of revenue, there is Canada in the top. So what the conclusion we can take from this fact? We can say that Canada is also priority country for us, so we have to optimize all the localizations that are indexed in Canada for Canada. What the localizations there are in Canada? English Canada and French Canada. But what we can see in this summary about localizations, we can see that right now application has the same French metadata in both French and French Canada localizations. So title and subtitle are some kind duplicated between these two localizations. We can't be sure that, for example, right now we can't be sure that these search terms from these localizations are not popular in Canada, but it's pretty. For example, I doubt that these search terms are same popular in France and in Canada. So that's why these two localizations, title and subtitles from these two localizations should be optimized separately. Also, why I think that these titles and subtitles from each of localizations are not optimized but just translated. I think so because like phrases are pretty simple, it's pretty similar between each other, so that looks like titles and subtitles were just translated from one language to another, but not optimized speaking about ASO. So that's what we have to pay attention to if we are going to be visible by some popular search terms from semantic core. That's what we can say about text metadata. Also, we reviewed...
Maybe one more
yes.
thing. Can I add some points? I just want to highlight.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that it's quite clear that their metadata is translated. and it's quite a big mistake because they just don't cover really popular keywords. For example, no one in Greece searches in Greek. And yeah, we can see, and we can see like on Hindi localization and Greece localization the same problems. So definitely not done correctly. And they are definitely losing some opportunities that don't cover really popular words, as I said previously. So and also one more point, I'm not sure that their like motto conversation exchange is a better choice, and the title is duplicating everywhere. So I don't not well, okay, not everywhere. Yeah, I see some changes, but anyway, in many countries, for instance, Ukrainian, Turkish, and some other, they just duplicate. They just it just duplicates, yeah, and it should be changed using again popular local keywords and just I don't know, general thoughts that maybe they have to change this conversation exchange phrase because it sounds not something really popular. So from the ASO side, I would change it on something else. I don't know, just maybe language learning phrase or language with teacher, with tutor, or something else. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I agree with you. And also, I would say a few more words about graphic metadata, like about visuals of this product page. What is good about that screenshots that this application is using? I would say that text captions look pretty nice, and also I like that these screenshots have some so-called social proofs, like the app of the year, 30 million members is really cool, especially these 30 million members. When I see the social proof, I understand, like a user, I understand that this application is huge. It has trust of a lot of users in all of the world. So that's what make me take positive decision about installation of this application. Also, as I said, I like text captions. I like that the captions have some color highlights and some significant phrases, like 93% of members. It's takes my attention, so I'm paying my attention to the really important words, important information in the text captions. But at the same time, I would say that I would like to improve some points in these screenshots. For example, I wouldn't suggest you to cut your application interface just in the middle, like you can see in the first two screenshots, because when we are cutting interface just in the middle, it significantly drops the visibility, like it makes our screenshots less readable, less clear, I would say, for audience. I would suggest still using some title, first two title screenshots, like some interesting way of showing the application interface, so you can still leave one smartphone mockup for first two screenshots, but just place it in a little different way, so this will not be cut just in the middle. Also, I would suggest to avoid using small interface details. For example, here in the third screenshot, we can see pretty small text. We can see conversation. That's cool that in this way we see how exactly the app looks like inside for user, what's the main functionality of this application. But from other sides, I can't really read what people type in here because text is pretty small.
Yeah.
Yes, we can choose the same strategy. We can show in the third screenshot conversation between two people, but we can choose, for example, some short phrases, some catching eye phrases like hello, how's going, and translation in Japanese, for example. Just short information, and it will be not only users who can see how the application looks like inside. Also, you have some more catching details in your screenshots that user will pay attention to. But overall, screenshots are pretty nice. The only one more thing I would like to say, not everywhere, not for each localization, we can see the same design of screenshots like for English localization. We can see that in German localization, for example, design is a little different, and the main problem here is pretty small text information. That also I would suggest you to optimize and avoid using small text in your screenshots in your ASO strategy. Max, maybe you have anything to add about this app?
Yeah, again, I can highlight your points. Yeah, they should change captions, and probably they notch enough zoom to the main points of their features. So yeah, like you said previously, so they need to add zooming, and yeah, I agree with this cut in the middle. They need to move left ammo cup a little, or a left move left a little. Yeah, maybe. This is pretty big app, and to be honest, I like their creatives. I like their design. So they can just improve it a little, and also they can add a video preview.
Yes, exactly. Okay, thank you. And one more app I would like to analyze and show you guys today and discuss the main points that should be improved for this app is Notebook, AI Notes, and To-Do application. As for the previous one, here we also collected competitors to have opportunity of analyzing the market for this niche. And what we can see here we can see that again there are two main countries in the top by number of installs and revenue, and that are United States again and China. Also in the top by both revenue and installs we can see Japan and Germany. We can move a little lower. About the dynamic of the niche, we can see that niche is more or less pretty stable. Maybe I would like to highlight seasonal growth in January, because the niche of AI, not only AI, just notes and to-do list, is pretty specific niche where we can see some seasonal changes, like for example a lot of people starting to plan something for the new year, and that's why probably we can see this growth in January. Overall, niche is pretty stable, and number of installs is like around more or less 4 million installs per month. And here in these two tables you can see what the applications exactly were chosen for preparing this analysis. Of course, we can see some popular, some huge applications like for example GoodNotes, like Notion, and some other applications that are pretty popular, and we all know some information about these apps. And the difference between previous application is that right now this application notebook is not in the top in the niche. So we understand that this app has pretty high opportunity to growth, opportunity to improve and enlarge their installs, amount of installs and revenue. And speaking about particular growth points for this app, here again we can consider the metadata. I think here also we can see that titles are duplicated between a lot of localizations. So here also that point should be improved. Also here in the analysis of countries, we can see that Canada, for example, again takes pretty high place by amount of installs and revenue in the niche. So that's why here also I would suggest you to pay attention what the exactly localizations we are optimizing for priority countries. Again, I doubt that the same search terms are popular, for example, in both French and French Canada, in France and in Canada. So probably different search terms should be used in these localizations. Also, we can see that probably for 8 localizations, metadata is not optimized at all, because we can see duplicating of title and lack of subtitle. So on this, probably this, not probably, but for sure, these localizations and these countries are not in the top by installs and by revenue, but I would say that this niche is pretty high competitive. So that's why it can be hard for this application to be in the top in United States, in Germany, in China, in other countries that are in the top by installs. And that's why probably there can be more opportunities to be higher on more, not more, even less competitive markets, like for example in Greece, in Croatia, in Hungary, and so on. So that's why also pay your attention on less competitive markets when you're choosing your ASO strategy, and don't forget about optimization, the metadata, text metadata for small markets. And also, again, speaking about visuals of the product page, here again I can highlight some advantages, some disadvantages. Let's start from nice points about the screenshots. What, for example, I like here, I like again that in the first screenshot we can see some social proofs. That's good, and it can be pretty nice for new applications, for small applications. Why? Because when you see, for example, that application as a user, when you see that application doesn't have much installs or doesn't have a lot of reviews, but if you can besides, you can suggest some other advantages of your application in your first screenshot. It can also form some trust from user side and motivate them to install the app no matter what, and it doesn't matter that you, for example, don't have a lot of traffic right now. So that's nice. Also, I like the way of highlighting the keywords in your text captions. Looks really nice. I like how it looks like. But again, in third, fourth, and so on screenshots, I would suggest to enlarge font of captions, and in this way the captions can be just more readable for your target audience. And also I would suggest to add some zoom in of significant part of application interface, maybe some additional graphic elements like arrows, like again zoom in by some areas on the screenshot. So in this way, again, the interface just will be more readable. Maybe Max, you have any additional points here?
Mm-hmm. Can you show the icon? Does it match?
Looks like this.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. I'm sure it can be improved for better matching, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's come back. Well, in general, I like the minimalism in the screenshots, and maybe I would make the captions bigger on the source screenshot and further. But in general, it's pretty good, beautiful screenshots. And I really like their first screenshot with big caption and yeah, social proofs. So yeah, you highlighted the main points. But I have something to add around metadata. Can you scroll down, please? Yes, there is a keyword duplication mistake in the metadata that they duplicate the AI keyword uh, in title and subtitle sometimes. So yeah, you have to avoid it because Apple can indexes it from title from both places. Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure, maybe something more, but I don't see any other mistakes here for now.
But I can add, you can duplicate AI, but not in subtitle, for example, but on your screenshots. Or even maybe app icon, because we all know that AI is pretty trendy in all the world, in all the niches already of mobile applications. And you can just make it more visible, I would say, and you can, for example, add it to your application icon somewhere in the corner, or maybe even in the first screenshot. So why not? It can also take some more attention from your target audience.
Yeah, it's a really good advice. Okay, thank you. Let's go further. Now, guys, I'll share my screen and you have to reconnect to my screen. Give me a sec. Okay, Olha, can you say that everything fine?
Yes, everything perfect.
Okay, let's start from the first step from my side. It's a HeyGen app, AI avatar video maker. So it looks like this. And yeah, I'll share more from my analysis from ASO. So for this niche, AI avatar video maker niche, the focus countries are the United States, Brazil, Mexico, Indonesia. So I would also add UK and Germany. So you have to focus on them. But to be honest, overall, it's a really popular niche and it's popular everywhere in many countries, so worldwide. If we look at this chart of installs per year, the category, the niche is growing, so it's a really good point, and I would say a good sign. The main competitors here, CapCut. Well, CapCut it's not really a direct competitor here, but they have AI function for video editing. So that's why we added here. If we skip CapCut, we can choose next competitors, Filmora, InVideo, and etc. Let's have a look on metadata and metadata mistakes. well, that's all their metadata. First mistake, the title is the same for all localizations, like you see. So it's not localized itself for these specific countries, and I say every time that it's quite a significant mistake, especially for Asian localizations such as Japanese and Chinese. But at the same time, you localized it. You localized subtitle here, so I don't understand why you didn't localize title and Chinese. Maybe it's some kind of strategy. Maybe it's a really popular keywords there. But I can guess that in Chinese, for instance, country, you can choose more popular Chinese keywords. Second, that the same problem. The keyword AI is duplicated from title in the subtitle. So it shouldn't be done like we mentioned previously, because Apple may index this keyword from the subtitle, for instance, and it will be a problem for your ranking. Well, what else? Third mistake, that for English localizations you have the same metadata, and not only for English, also for French, Korean, Vietnamese. So the same title and subtitle here. Again, you have to cover local popular keywords everywhere. So even in English Canada and English UK, you have to cover, again, local English popular keywords. And fourth, and last, maybe from my side, that 20 localizations haven't been done here, and some of them really popular. And in general, you have a really popular niche, so you need to cover all 39 Apple's localizations. For instance, I would definitely cover some North European localizations, also Turkish, also Ukrainian, also Thai. So you have to complete mostly every of them. Olga, do you see any mistakes here?
Maybe I would like to highlight one more time that it's not enough just to translate to Portuguese, for example, metadata to be visible in Portugal, in both in Portugal and Brazil, like, because for example here we can say the same Portuguese but the same subtitle for Portugal and for Brazil. But remember that even in this case, even Portuguese search terms can be different as popular search terms in Portuguese in Brazil and in some other, like for example, in Spain and in Mexico, there are some other, some different search terms in Spanish can be popular in these countries. So we should also remember about it.
Exactly. Regarding creatives, the creatives are not bad, but first, my point would be that it's worth emphasizing. No, it's like general question maybe. Is it worth to emphasize your brand in the first screenshot? I checked their brand name, Olha. They have searches popularity in the US 40, so it's pretty popular. HeyGen, I mean. But maybe they shouldn't do it because they have the parts of their brand name on the icon you can see here, and at the beginning in the title. So I'm not sure that it can be the better decision there. It just to think about it. I don't have a specific answer. Second, it's still unclear how the app features work. So you, Olga, can say now or later how you want. Do you understand it or not? Because for me, it's not really precise, and it's not really clear to how it works, how it generates AI avatar for video on basic on some video. So I don't know. As a third point would be that the headlines, the captions here are too long for me. It's just a general mistake. It's not like really mistake. You just can improve them. You just have shortened them to 2 or 3 words, and to make them bigger. And it will work better from mobile, from App Store side. So when you looking for mobile app, it will have a bigger impact on your conversion rate. And fourth, and maybe most importantly, that the app without video preview. So for instance, if we have video there, it will work better. I give all my money on that, or so because your app about video, video making, video generating. So you must show to user how it works on your video preview. That will have the maximum effect, I would say. So the general point, maybe you don't even have to redo everything that I said, just add a video preview, and it will give you some growth, some boost on your CR. Okay, Olha, do you have something to add?
Yes, first of all, I suggest owner of this application to pay attention on your taking all your money for improving conversion rate with video preview. Yes, this is the first what I would like to say. Second,
do you agree that it's not really the functions here? It's not really clear.
I have some untypical advice about optimization of visuals, because we all know, I think, or maybe we have heard somewhere, that faces are pretty attention catching for people. So when we are looking at some creatives and we see people there, we see faces, it's catching our attention. It takes our visual feedback from audience. And here I can say the creatives have too much faces in this particular case and for this particular niche, because when I am looking at these screenshots without reading the captions, to be honest, I think I read it like application for communication to people, maybe some social network, or maybe it's like streaming platform, or maybe it's like video lessons or something like this, maybe psychologists. Yeah, I think you have 2 more ways here how to show people even in your screenshots. You can, for example, show people in different situations, not so only like they are talking to someone through the camera, but maybe dancing, maybe doing something, cooking, and so on and so on. And in this way you will have more associations, maybe with some platforms for watching videos on something like this, and I think that this association will be more right for your target audience. It's first option. Second option is just to leave maybe maximum 3, maybe 2 screenshots with people, but other screenshots should be with some visual information about your application interface, or just make your caption bigger so the text will be more readable and more catching, and in this way your audience will understand how to use your application from text information. Because as I said before, right now this graphic is too catching for me. These faces are too catching for me. I see faces, but I don't see interface. I don't see text information. I
Yeah.
can't read it. So yes, that's my suggestion.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and I would recommend to look on Reface and FaceApp apps on their creatives. I can open it. Just give me a second. Reface here. So the video works for them and will work for you definitely. And so they did a big work around it. And also you can, as I said, can see some Reface or Face app kind of apps. Well, okay, let's go further because that's what I wanted said here. The next step, Amer. Let's have a look first on the video from the beginning. It's a game, as you see. So it's an app when you can drive cars around the city on some Arabian architecture and do other activities, not only in the car or about it. Yeah.
Yes, finally we are reviewing game in Discord.
Yeah. I guess we did it one time, but I'm not sure. Yeah. So, Amer, the focus countries will be the USA, the US, the USA, Saudi Arabia, Germany, UK, and the niche is popular. It has about 5 million installs per month because it's racing, driving, and game. So yeah, it have a huge number of installs. The main competitors you can see here, the biggest two is this one, yeah. But let's go deeper. Let's talk about metadata. The metadata here is even less and even smaller. As you see, maybe the big mistake that most of the localizations aren't filled in, and some ones that are filled, like this and this, are duplicated. So again, we have English duplication, English localization duplication mistake here, and also for other for all other localizations that you have prepared, so 15 localizations, we have this duplication mistake. So basically, you localized only Arabic language and one English localization for all English countries. So you need to fill in English localization separately because, like I mentioned again, that you have to cover local popular keywords. You need to use only popular phrases from these countries. For instance, the keyword chase. I prepared a little semantic core, a little keyword list that the keyword chase is a really popular keyword, but it's not relevant for you. If we look deeper on search result, it's not relevant just chase itself, right? It can be relevant if we use chase game or blah blah blah, but it's when we use chase game, chasing game, we have popularity, a really low popularity here. So my general advice, you have to redo all your keywords focus. You have to change the focus on your main keywords. You have to maybe just delete chase from your metadata and use keywords such as racing games, driving, uh, car driving, driving game. So drifting, it's really popular also. So you can understand it from your keywords. So just look at your sorry, not keywords. You have to look your competitors, for instance, here, and you can choose from them. Just you don't have to have some specific skills. You can choose some their popular keywords that they choose in their metadata. Like I said previously, yeah, like racing or driving or drifting or something about it. So yeah, that's all about metadata. Maybe something else, Olha, or
I think main you already highlighted. Yes, here again we can see also duplicating of chase keyword by itself. So
right,
we can,
yeah,
yes, between title and subtitle, and I just want to remind everyone one more time that we are avoiding duplicating of keywords inside of one localization.
agree. And again, yeah, the title sounds okay, but as you see, and by the way, it's a really cool example that the keyword chase, it's no one look for driving or racing apps when using this keyword. So users in the US, just not in the US, just in English, using another types of keywords. So use them, please, in your metadata, and you will improve your positions. Well, regarding creatives, let's come back to here. You can just see some of them deeper. To be honest, regarding these visuals, I wouldn't make any big changes here because why? Because you have a good game. It's so I would say you are done. You are doing well. It looks interesting, funny, and the main thing that you should show on this kind of games, that's gameplay, and you do it perfectly. Yeah. You don't need to write anything on your screenshots. I mean, some captions. You can do it, but users probably will skip it. So I like what you've done now. Just try maybe to make the icon more eye-catching, maybe something more flashy. I don't know here. So test an icon. It's my opinion.
Yes, I also agree with you. And besides all what you said, I would pay attention on application rating rather
Oh yeah,
than
right.
to
Yeah,
visuals. Yes, because it's also pretty important for your conversion rate.
you're
So
definitely right.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to fix your rating. We use mobile app rating prompts inside the app. So use the strategy. Just Google what is it? Because don't use any black ASO methods. App rating prompt works better. So just you can do it because your game looks pretty good from the app page side.
Right.
Well, okay, we have, I guess we can take 5, 7 more minutes and complete our meeting with the fifth app. Yep, auto text app. Well, in this app you can send some message automatically. It can be SMS or calls. You can send automated responses to SMS and calls. I guess you can use this app for some messengers, but I'm not sure. But in general, it's automate text messages app on Android. Android, yeah. What we have here. The main countries are the USA, Brazil, and India. Canada, Mexico also, but you can see the big gap between them, on this percentage. Yeah, and it's also not really huge niche, but we see that recent months there has been an increase in installs by niche, more than 1.5 million installs in the Google Play. Metadata mistakes. Oh yeah. So here I see that you have completed most of the necessary localizations. So they are done. But also here the same problem that English localizations aren't done separately. At RadASO we usually prepare 3 English localizations separately. I mean, for the US, for the UK, for the Australia, and in this way we cover more keywords. So it's several app descriptions, several app titles, and yeah, it works. It will improve your visibility if you do the same in the same way. It's the first point. And the second point, it seems that you used translation because you have the same short and full description in some localizations in different languages. For instance, there. So you don't need to do this to do that. Each description should be unique, and you have taken into account again popular local keywords. Here you have enough for them. I mean, in this niche, so you can do it freely. Olha, do you see any other mistakes?
I think that in this case it's all from our side.
Well, okay, so and regarding creatives, maybe I want to hear maybe your first thoughts. What do you think?
Here I don't really like the way we are showing application interface. I miss some highlighting, zooming, the application interface details because I can I can read, for example, right now, send later, but I don't really see these small details, where exactly we are showing there, what the functionality. So for sure it should be highlighted. Maybe you even should avoid showing like all the interface inside of mockup in each screenshot. Maybe you, for example, on first screenshot, you can just cut this part of interface with scheduling and place just like one part of interface without a smartphone mockup, and it will be pretty clear and nice looking. I like color highlights in the captions, but maybe I would add some more joyfulness to the screenshot. I would maybe add some more bright colors. Maybe I would choose some specific design for all the screenshot set, because each screenshot looks like some kind the same. Or last screenshot I like. Last screenshot is nice. That's what I mean. That I would like to see some difference between screenshots. I would like screenshot set to be more interactive. I wanna look at it and I wanna enjoy looking at it, because right now it's like I would say, too serious. And as I said, like screenshots look pretty same, and I would like to add something bright on it.
Well, you read my thoughts because I agree that the screenshots have definitely have a problem how they show app interface and functionality. The creatives are made beautifully and brightly, but at the same time, if you can like look on them, like on several of them, right? You can mention that this creatives and these circles attract a lot of attention. They are bright. I mean, these icons, yeah, these round icons. They are really bright, and it looks like the captions and icons, the small icons, lays on a layer ahead, right? You understand me? So you can see it, and they like it's highlighting you like highlighting these captions and these rounds. But maybe it was an idea about it, but at the same time, no one look on your app interface. Maybe no one, someone looks, but mainly, usually people here will read your captions, so you complete maybe this goal, and maybe it works. I'm not sure. The test can show it, but I would say you need to find a balance between app functionality here on inside the mockup and captions with these icons, because now you like cover this with this caption and icon cover your app, your functionality, your interface.
Yes, exactly. And one more thing I also would like to discuss is maybe app icon, because I don't really, it's not really clear for me where exactly the point of this graphic element on the icon. It's like arrow, like saying something like sending icon, but I'm not sure. Maybe we can choose something more clear for target audience. I'm just looking at in the niche and the competitors, and some competitors are using, for example, T letter, or maybe some text icon, like, 3 lines, horizontal lines. So for
Yeah.
me, for example, it would be more clear.
Yeah, and it generally doesn't match. So yeah, it should be changed definitely, because now so it's not we I have to mention that we see that you, like app owner, did some work here, so you tried to improve your screenshots and you did in some kind of way it well, but at the same time you have big problems inside your screenshots and with your app icon, that it doesn't understandable and it doesn't match. Well, that's all here about our apps. Give me a sec, I'll stop sharing. So, guys, thank you all so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your time, and we hope you found it helpful. See you next time. Thank you, Olha, for your for your time also and for your advices. If you have some questions, please send it to me or inside our video on the YouTube. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you all. Bye bye.